Hello everybody and welcome to this amazing discussion of the new killer for Dead by Daylight. As of recently, we were given our first real trailer to the new chapter. The video is labeled First Cut, giving us insight as to what our new chapter is about. However, there is still quite the mystery as to who our new killer is. The video we'll be discussing is linked in the description down below. Check it out and see what we'll be talking about. So first we can confirm that our killer and survivor will likely come from a Japanese mythology of sorts, as the dialogue is spoken in Japanese. Looking into the video, we have two hinted mythologies for the killer that both actually make quite a lot of sense. The video starts with the Oni mask, then transitions over to a sword. A father tells his daughter they're both born to die, and the longer they live, the more pain they carry. He proceeds to strike a woman twice with the sword as she screams in pain. We'll have to take a few assumptions here and there, and everything is speculation. However, audio clips of these trailers are typically used in-game, and this one is particularly of a character in pain. It is very rare to hear a killer in pain other than the nurse when she blinks. This leads to fuel the theory that our killer will be the slit-mouthed girl who goes around asking people if she's pretty and then killing them if they say no. Some have even gone to speculate that there is a third person based on the sounds not lining up properly as the woman falls to the floor. There's a whimper sound that is made that sounds a bit off, but honestly from my perspective it sounded more like an alteration of the reused sound pane that was played several times during the slashing sounds. However, if the noises are indeed from our survivor, then our killer could be an Oni or samurai who is tied directly to our survivor. With that in mind, the sounds could likely be coming from our samurai-styled killer's Mori effect, where the new survivor makes several screams and dies according to the Mori itself. Some have even gone to speculate that there is a third person based on the sounds not lining up properly as the woman falls to the floor. There's a whimper sound that is made that sounds a bit off, but honestly from my perspective it sounded more like an alteration of the reused pain sound that was played several times. I'm not exactly sure what to make of it. It is possible at this point. I'm not sure what to even believe, as the last one turned out to be a clown and I wasn't exactly sure how the last killer was going to go, so I'm sure Dead by Daylight's got quite the surprise for all of us. Either way, we don't have a confirmation of who the killer actually is, other than we can likely confirm that the Japanese mythology is going to influence the killer. However, we can also speculate that the killer might not have that strong of a power based on this clip.
But that's the thing also, is whenever we create killers, I mean, not every time we're gonna make a killer that's actually gonna reach the high level play. Like, people rank 1 will not necessarily say this is a viable killer to play against other rank 1s and being in the top, like, 1% of players. This is not always the case. Most of the time when we try to create a killer, we're saying, is this going to be fun for the killer, and is it going to be fun to play against, and is it going to be something new in the game?
It's a bit odd they'd go out of their way to mention this, as I would think the focus is for a dynamic and fun power that interacts with survivors in a way that makes it fun for both killer and survivor, as they said. However, it seems to become a bit skewed by them focusing on a fun factor that it does not apply to killers like me, killers of a high rank. As an example, we have someone like the Wraith, a character in which if I play at rank 1, I take a high risk of losing since he has no real power to stop survivors. Yes, his power's not that viable, and sure, they didn't create him to be that viable, but for it to be a fun mechanic, and to be honest, I don't like his power whatsoever. I just like the Wraith for his costume, the Wax Warlock, and, well, the memes that have come about with him. In the end, it's hard to have fun with a killer I can't play, and there might be others who join me in on this, and others who play at a lower rank and who can enjoy this killer, but it's going to be a bit discouraging if this killer is forgotten within the week, and I will hope that the new killer gets some attention and is not as weak as they make them sound to be. Similar to Freddy after his week 1 fiasco, he just became a joke among players, and I would hope that we would not see intentional game design that would release a character that requires us to unlock only for their potential to be lacking in comparison to viable killers. And the keyword is viable, not strong, but ones that can be used for fun. And fun is not the same for everybody, which is a true shame. Either way, I believe the killer to be the Oni for the purpose that I believe the pain noises to be the survivors. If I'm wrong, then those sound clips belong to the killer. I might think we have a clone nurse with a slightly altered power similar to that of Hillbilly and Leatherface, which are clones of each other but with altered powers. We'll have all the information and story on the killer and survivor this Tuesday, August 28th, 2018, as PC players will have access to the PTB with all the upcoming patch information as well. Rest assured, I'll be there to grab the information you need, such as perks, powers, add-ons, Mori, and more. See you all this Tuesday, and don't forget that on Saturday, August 25th this week, is Destiny by Daylight tournament for Dead by Daylight. Tons of players signed up to win their Auric cells, and we'll be able to watch the top 8 compete for the grand prize. Link to that tournament down below. So what are your thoughts? Do you think the killer has high killing potential? Do you prefer if the Oni is the killer or if it's the Slipmouth girl or another hidden character we don't see? Let me know your thoughts of the trailer in the comments down below. I'll catch you all next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, good game. Being that I don't do too much gameplay videos, I also didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I didn't do any voiceover for this footage. I'm just gonna let you guys watch the rest of it if you'd like to. If not, the video is over. Enjoy yourselves. Or watch the Iridescent Stone and a Bloody Coil Trapper do some justice and show these survivors that his traps are not to be forgotten.
Ooh!